So, first off, sorry there will be no Obscure 2 because my G drive on my computer is borked. So, let's just play hard reset and try to remain calm in the fact that my computer isn't working properly and I'm going to have to spend all day tomorrow fixing it. So, yay. And maybe setting up my new computer, which I can't play Shadowrun Hong Kong either because that was also on my G drive. Basically everything was on my G drive. I backed it up recently, so it shouldn't be too big of a hit, but I hope some of my previous stream videos aren't gone. But we'll see. We'll see. If not, then I'll figure out a way. But this will make me much less upset. Well, that was fast. There's no upgrade machine here. Oh, look at you, you got a blue arm. Try to dash. How about you go nighty-night? That sound. Instead, you go nighty-night. The other one blew up. I almost threw my computer across the room. I'm not happy about that turn of events.
I have special
Alright, anyway. Let's stop being angry about stuff. I do like the fletches, because the other one for that is worthless. The grenade launcher is meh. Compared to the RPG. Let's do... Yeah, let's do hammerheads first, and then if I need to do another one, I'll do the octopus.
The pod was successfully mounted.
But that'll be quite a while.
Why are you leaving?
So basically, you have those. So the only unfortunate part is it really overheats the gun rather quickly. So, and it's expensive in terms of ammo. Come on. See that recharge time. Well, anyway. Nope. No, thank you. Not really much of a secret. Oh, excuse me. Oh, jeez. I'm one of those people that apologize even though I shouldn't. Okay, I see that up there. Completely wrong. How about no? How about no? blowing up behind me. Oh, right between his arms. Please stop doing it. Please stop shooting missiles at me. Ouch. Ow. Before dying. Heck. See that? Gimme. I want the stuff. Don't be difficult. Don't be difficult. Or be difficult. Do whatever you want. I guess you're supposed to drop down over there unless there's... Come on. No. I'll just get stuck. Yeah, there's... Nah, that might have been where I came from. Who knows? Oh, what a day. Well, they blew up those crates, but... Come on. Don't be a bitch. Come on. Nope. Okay, got a path up there. I'm not gonna touch that just yet. Come on. Get up there. Or don't. Do whatever you want. It's back here. 200 nano is not anything I'm going to complain about.
Welcome to Great Terminal. Welcome to our Great Terminal.
Oh, I do have an extra point. Let's see. Faster charge rate. Stasis is nice. I can get the smart gun, which is pretty nice, but I think I want to wait for the railgun, because the railgun is stupidly powerful. Cannot... Yeah, I don't have the shock blaster. What are you crying about? Let's get that, because the stasis doesn't...
The party was successful.
It works, but it's not like 100% effective. What is it? Why are you crying?
Machines have planted a stationary outpost here. Destroy it to get through.
No, please don't hurt me. Oh, I thought I just killed you. Did you not? Thank you. Thank you. stuck in walls. Just don't get stuck. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna take the hint away. Ugh, stuck. Stuck. Ah. Dash in the right direction, please. How's it going? Yeah, I mean, I always find it amazing when people really deadpan it. But it's not reinventing the wheel, but it at least has some good concept. Which is a lot more to say than most games. Ow, ow, face. Stick it right in that under spot. This, much like Shadow Warrior, I really appreciate what they tried to do. Shotgun. It's a little better. Please, no flamethrower, please. Ow, why are you still alive? How are you still alive? Is there one I missed? Shoot alive. Any more of the things to hit. Oh boy. Open up. I don't even know if I'm hitting it. No. Oh. That's the reason why it wasn't shutting down, because there's still one more power supply. Herp-a-derp. But yeah, I was gonna stream Obscure, but my computer is broken. For the moment. I'll fix it soon. But I have a spare computer, but it's just like all the downloading and setting everything up and all that. I really wanted to play Obscure just to finish it, but that is not happening, sadly, today. I should turn hints off, but then I'll probably just get lost at time to time. I hate this part. Fuck. That's why I hate this part. Because you have to walk all the way around if you miss the jump. And he has like a 2-foot jump. Come on. No. Well, let's just do this. Wrong tube. Hey, cat, stop scratching at stuff. Oh, fuck. This is the alternate way, which is annoying. But it's better than running all the way around. Go this way. I get thrown off again anyway. Okay, fuck it. It's not worth it. I'm not gonna waste my time. Although, for my hard drive, I really should have expected it. I've had it for 6 years, and it's been pretty much the workhorse of my computer. So it's not really surprising that it's died. But still doesn't excuse it. It's very rude of it to do it today of all days. Computers just no appreciation for what I want to do. Also, Josh, have you gotten a chance to play or even see The Observer yet? Because if you like Cyberpunk Shadowrun, I'd have to say The Observer is probably one of the best like cyberpunk stories that's come out in quite a while. Level. Should be more down here. Yeah. Ugh. Stuck in the ceiling. Beautiful face. Yeah, I have a playthrough of Observer. It is really good. It actually has Rutger Hauer. In case you don't know celebrity names, he's the guy from Blade Runner. Hopefully. I always kind of hoped with the redoing of the Shadowrun games that we'd actually get like a legit Shadowrun game. But where's the wire go? I'll have to go around and figure it out. Too young to die. Switch to this. Come on, switch weapons. Thank you. Oh, that didn't feel nice. But yeah, I saw an ad for the Observer like way back in the day, and I don't even remember if it was like E3 or something. Yeah, Steve Blum is the voice actor for this one. The Spike Spiegel, if you will, because that's all I'll ever hear his voice as. Shield emitter would be nice. Ammunition. Weapon ammunition energy regenerates faster. Medical is nice, so let's go for the Zeus shield booster, which is a big help.
Good choice. The pod was successfully mounted.
Jerk in a box. And also the captain lady from Gundam, was it 0087? 0086? I don't remember. Either way, the one female lady who is a captain from that is also a voice actress in this. So you can for sure recognize her voice. I didn't recognize it, but I recognized it in the credits after. Basically the lady who rebukes you all the time.
They are here for your protection.
A lot of the enemies in this remind me of Quake 2, but it's not Quake 1. But Quake 2, probably one of my favorite games. I mean, I love Quake, don't get me wrong, but Quake 2 is pretty awesome. Are you done being crazy, cats? Apparently
You
not.
have one message waiting for you.
I love how that's a secret.
Please select re-gift card.
This game doesn't make its secrets too hard to find.
Welcome to Great Terminal.
Upgrades. Dude, Quake 4 was really good. And then now they're doing Quake Champions. I really think that they should just split off the two different Quake games. So that way you have like your Quake 1, Quake 3, Quake Champions kind of weird interdimensional craziness. And then you can do like the strong stories like the Quake 2, Quake 4, enemy territory, all that nonsense all together. Because it is kind of ridiculous to kind of lump them all together, even though they're all very, very different games. Gotta jump, homeboy. Boy, with how jiggly this floor is, nothing bad could ever happen on it. crack in that wall? No. It's just a raindrop blur. But I do have to say, I haven't... All the games by Flying Wild Hog, I have not considered any of them to be bad. I mean, I haven't played Shadow Warrior 2, which I've heard very awful things about it. But then again, I heard awful things about this game, but I actually like it. Upgrade. But I guess it all depends on the playstyle. Or what you look for in the game. I just look for games that are fun and somewhat unique. Although, again, granted this is a remake. A modern remake of an old 3D Realms game. There is but still. I mean, there are secret levels that basically are just remaps of the old original hard reset 3D Realms games. But I don't think there's many people who are super fans. Not saying that there aren't, but... Did it remove, I guess, oh, I guess the barrier up here. And later I will use the cyber sword. Boy, I wonder what you're supposed to do in here. Okay. Cats, can you please? Are you done? Now you're sniffing each other. Out. Out. No. Are you really gonna pick now to fight? Cats? Both of you have been asleep like all freaking day. I do like little passive robots, like System Shock and System Shock 2. I always love just having a world with little passive robots in it. It's not like every robot is evil. Though I do like blowing things up to get ahead. Can't really argue with that as a good game mechanic. Explosions? Anybody else coming at me? Oh shit. Sure. Wait, was I gonna? Oh yeah. Upgrades!
Upgrade terminal.
I love games where you can upgrade yourself. Yes! Yes!
Good choice. The pod was successfully
It
mounted.
is a good one. The rocket launcher in this honestly reminds me of the one from Quake, except without the holding for multiples. Oh, at least not yet. Might help if it's not. No. Switch. Switch. Yeah, I mean, if this game had done well, I could see turning it in, or if it had like a bigger budget, turning this into like a full-fledged cyberpunk RPG would be really cool. But essentially your upgrades are just weapons and weapon power-ups. So I mean, it's the same thing as picking them up in games, but you just get a little bit more choice. So in my light, it doesn't really come out as like a RPG element. Like a lot of people always do this whole thing where they're like, oh, RPG element. Use the weapons. Shit, don't miss. I'm dead. There's no way out of that one. Those rockets hurt bad. I mean, I'm glad I have the upgraded weapons, or upgraded shield, because otherwise I would have been toast after like one hit. Also, you probably can't see on stream, but the loading bar is actually a string of ones and zeros, which is actually I find really interesting. Or was it before I hit the button? Well, I'm not. This is just an abandoned sector. Also, it's funny that I got my cyber sword early because I've already beaten the game before. Even though you're supposed to get it like right there. I was wondering why I had the cyber sword already, because I thought when you started a new game you didn't get it until you came up to this point.
Welcome to upgrade terminal.
Alright. Let's get my RPG back.
Good choice. The pod was successfully mounted.
Alright, so let's do this. We'll put on that, and then I mean, I know I could use this and go through them a little bit faster, but also this game, in typical fashion, did not do so well because there's no online multiplayer. It's just a single player campaign. Which to some people is like ultimate heresy. Snuck through. There we go. Well, let's not use that on that. Also, much like Shadow Warrior, the enemies get progressively stupid hard at a certain point. Yeah. Which I hate. I hate that, like, you can't make a shooter that's just, like, a single player or co-op. Like, it has to be, like, online versus multiplayer. Like, I don't know. I mean, other than Borderlands, or games like Destiny, which, frankly, Destiny, I think the PvP was the worst part of the game, but everyone loved it for some reason. It's just a sin.
I just wonder why the fuck they ordered me to destroy this shit. They can use a lot of this data themselves.
They are sure they already have it. Nevertheless, they have only what I wanted them to have.
You all are such geniuses when it comes to feeding shit to your fellows.
Disinformation is an effective weapon. Observe this monument, Major. Do you happen to know what it is?
Atlas. A titan carrying the heavens.
This is correct. However, in this situation, the statue is a different symbol from Greek mythology. A Trojan horse.
I don't get it.
The Trojan horse was insidiously used by the Greeks to conquer the impregnable city of Troy.
I know what a Trojan horse is. What does it have to do with this?
Look at the data. The machines are careful. They managed to unravel this. Billions of nanomachines have been constructing something inside the Atlas for years. Security monitoring has not detected these subtle changes in its structure. The corporation is unaware of this threat.
And let's keep it that way. Time to blow shit up.
Wonderful. One problem. The Atlas is an extraordinary machine. Although the Atlas is part of the exterior AI, it is also partially autonomous. They have designed an effort to compile all the data from its AI matrix.
The hell? If you think...
Major, this is the only possible way. We have to learn the exterior AI's plans. However, reading the AI matrix will have some side effects. It will devastate the quantum entanglements, thus scrapping the matrix.
The clock is ticking. It's time, Professor.
I made a little bit of a motion.
Incapacitate the Atlas and retrieve the data from its remains.
I do love the graffiti too. You did a good job with that. I love when games put graffiti in. Something about it.
Welcome to Upgrade Terminal.
Mostly because I remember older games that just did not have any graffiti or anything interesting going on in them. Stasis is nice. Keeps those guys from jumping out. I don't want the shock blaster. I mean, I could get the smart gun. Because it is pretty nice, but I'll get the stasis.
Good choice. The pod was successfully mounted.
Free medical exam.
Always goes to
Please select free gift card.
the katana if you just tap L1.
Census card.
Even if you hold it, it'll usually go to... But now I have a stasis. I thought you could do like a... Nope. Oh, we have to take it from the backside. See ya. Ugh, that makes things so much better. No, no. No, no, no. Are we done? Suicide enemies? No. Little murder chickens. They love the forklift. Come on. Did he just kill himself? Just make sure they're all dead. See, look how nice that is. Quick, clean, efficient. Stasis field is one of my most favorite things. Oh. Rude of you surviving my rocket. Nothing hidden back here. Well, they have purpose, because later enemies, in the beginning not so much, but later there are enemies that have different color match. The sword is just there as an OP weapon. I mean, you get that super upgraded later, but the game is fairly long since it's single player only. You bastard. I frankly liked the electro gun a lot more than these, but when I discovered the RPG, I was like, oh baby. But they all kind of like serve different purposes towards different enemies.
Major, what's your status? You were supposed to return to HQ. Report immediately.
Jeez. Another upgrade.
Welcome to our great
North, Mr. Fletcher. You are off duty now.
Actually... let's do this.
Good choice. The pod was successfully mounted.
Because shield regeneration is going to be important later.
Welcome to our great
Ooh, shoot. Running out of rockets. Not anymore. This is like the Mega Man gun. Speaking of which, apparently Mighty Number 9 was free. So all I've heard is negative things about it, but I want to play it just to see if people are upset about it because it's not Mega Man, or people are upset about it because it's just terrible. Like, I really want to know what the thing is, because people about Mega Man are sometimes really, really stupid. So, how about Vanessa? Ah! You don't have your futuristic electro laser rifle. How are you going to give people epileptic seizures? Because I don't want to play a game that doesn't have a seizure warning on it. That means it's not fun. Like, I loved Mega Man, and I loved the X series, which I thought was a lot better, stuff like that. But well, truthfully, at this point, I consider Mega Man to be like Snake and Metal Gear Solid. Like, it's pretty much over in terms of the old school, so you're gonna have to deal with whatever new changes they make. Like, that's just a fact. I mean, it's the same thing. There were people who bitched about, like, all the Mega Man X games. Like, I know people that, like, straight up hate Mega Man X. and they only like classic Mega Man. But of course they hate Mega Man 8 and Mega Man 9 because they're not the same, that they're different. And just like, you just need to take off your nostalgia glasses, like, seriously. You're doing no favors for yourself or anyone. You're just being a tit. So, I don't know. I mean, I won't say, like, oh, Mega Man, best game ever, or anything like that, but it's nothing to get that upset about, like, seriously. Mega Man Battle Network was not bad. It's just time consuming. Like, that's... I mean, I don't hate it. I think it's actually a really good game. I just don't have time to play, like, 120 hours game. Like, point blank. Well, I do have the time. I just don't want to spend the time to stream that long of a game. Because that's long. I mean... But, I mean, I won't say it's like, it's bad or betrays Mega Man. I truthfully think it was really the only place Mega Man could go to make, like, a new Mega Man. Like, other than, like, a shitty first-person shooter. Which they already kind of tried that, and it didn't work out well. Bastard. So, I mean, I don't know. I have to say I don't hate it. Great. I have to change my controller out. So, hold on one moment. I'm going to change my controller real fast. I also think people hated it because, like the Mega Man Zero games, I know a lot of people that hated the Mega Man Zero games just because they were released for Game Boy Advance instead of for, like, PlayStation. Yeah, I mean, that would be really the, oh, no. The only thing you need, I mean, just take Mega Man X a step further. And make it like a gritty cyber game, that'd be awesome. No, get away from me, psychotic gag. Oh. Whoa, who the fuck is firing? Oh. Those guys are with so many friggin' nano. But like even Mega Man Battle Network at least had nice nods to previous Mega Man games. So I don't understand people's like butthurt against Mega Man. I mean, if you did do like a grittier Mega Man X style game, it would probably be pretty good and people would probably like it, but there'd always be people that would be like, that is the worst. Alright. Do I want cluster missiles? Or do I want faster shotgun? I think... because the laser guidance is okay. Let's do that. Let's upgrade the arpage.
The pod was successfully mounted. Thank you for using upgrade terminal.
You know, I think they should do... they should just make a Mega Man where you can design your own Mega Man. So that way you can finally live up your robo-furry cosplay fetishes. Because there's too much of that in Japan. No, that's a terrible idea. They tried that with Sonic here, or the new Sonic game, and it didn't work out. I mean, truthfully, if you took the Metal Gear Solid that was the game with Raiden, I forget what it was called, and you just made it 0, like Raiden was 0, you could probably make a really good, gritty, more adult Mega Man game. Even if you use the same robots from the previous game. That was a total miss. Because really, whenever I saw that Metal Gear Solid, I can never remember what it's called. The one with Raiden playing with the sword all the time. All I could think of was, this reminds me of Mega Man really bad. That's where I came in. I gotta get another. Not what I meant to do. Still works though. Although the thing I'm most sad bananas about is the new Shining Force game. That is like, well, sad trombone, I guess I should say. Because holy shit, what the fuck is, like, what are they smoking at Sega? It's like a musical action RPG. Like, this isn't like Rhapsody. Like, this is Shining Force. And Shining Force Neo and Exa were great games. Like, just make better versions of them. It's not that hard. Like, they didn't do well because you marketed them like shit. And you... never mind. I'm not gonna get upset.
Fletcher, report. Report now. Ma'am, he's probably drinking again.
Drinking on the job? No. not sweet, pleasure. I love the... Ah! The R-Pig! Ah. Suffer a day. Oh. I don't know. I think these days people really don't know how to, like, remake games correctly. Not what I meant to do. Please don't kill myself. Please don't kill myself. Shining Force 1 and 2 and CD are absolutely great strategy games. Shining Force Neo and Exa are great. Shining Tears is absolute garbage. And, yeah. So is... Well, I won't say Shining the Holy Ark is terrible. It's just... It's a Saturn game. Like, it's a Saturn game. Like... That's all I can say about it. Sega Saturn games were so atypical in what they were that Shining the Holy Ark was certainly on that. I have a feeling I'm going to need the R-Pig. Also, I hate that the gun changes don't loop, so you have to press left or right for different weapons. That's the only thing I don't like. So it's kind of like up or down, and if you're on down, you're stuck on down. I don't really like that. But I loved playing Shining Force when I was a kid. Shining Force and Shining Force CD, those were like just amazing games. I mean, everyone now would just be like, oh, just play that stupid Nintendo one, the strategy one, where people permanently die. I forget that stupid game's name. I played the first one and I was like, how did this series perpetuate this long? Yet Shining Force didn't get any attention. Like, what the heck? Oh, crap. Okay, we can stop with the boom box now. Also Valkyria Chronicles. Sega really knows how to take a good franchise and ruin it. Yeah, Fire Emblem. Fuck Fire Emblem. That game is stupid. Attendite, Aphelsis, Prophetess. Like, I don't know. After playing a little bit of Fire Emblem, I really just don't like it at all. Like, the gameplay is clunky, the characters are uninteresting, and painfully generic. I mean, granted, Shining Force's characters are really not like exemplary, but Fire Emblem really touted itself as having interesting characters. You know what, we need to switch to machine gun. No, machine gun. So I can get the laser guidance. Yeah, die. Give me that shit. Die. Kill. Those guys being so durable, they really do not give a lot of experience. Or, sorry, mana. Yeah, I mean, I love Final Fantasy Tactics. I remember playing on the original PlayStation. But for me, I feel like, I don't know, Fire Emblem is really clunky comparatively. I don't know, I just always feel like... Please stop doing that. I haven't got a chance to play it. Like, I was debating pre-ordering it, but there were so many other things coming out that it was kind of a tit for tat. Alright, let's go back. I said rifle, damn it. It was one of those, I think I had to make a choice between that and Witcher. So I chose Witcher. Oh shit. Crap. Ow, ow, ow. Holy shit. Fuck. Fuck those robots. Because I played Valkyrie Chronicles on the PS3 like crazy. I love that game. Can't remember her name. Marsha? I don't know. The Harinaniko Tan chick, she was absolutely outstanding, and I had her just sniping non-stop, and she would just like absolutely shit hammer anything she got. Come on, thank you. Really need that laser sight. Rifle it up. Rifle, damn it. Face your booty this way. being so far away. Here. I need some help. That part? No force shields. But yeah, at the very least, Shining Force Neo is well worth a playthrough. The characters aren't great, but the gameplay is top-notch shit. Oh, your crotch blew up. Please don't do that. Rockets for the win. I really like that boss. The size and scope of it is just like
Simulation before, Mr. Fletcher, but this was impressive.
This is what I was taught. Let's move. Why can't we just download it the normal way?
The AI matrix works differently than the human mind.
I do like how his superiors have no idea what he's doing.
When they are ready, we will assimilate them.
Done. I hate needles. What the fuck? My head!
I can feel it too. The nanomachines are imprinting the AI matrix into your brain. In a moment, we should...
I've got something, Professor. Images. An old corporation military hospital. I don't recognize this technology.
I do, partially. These are quantum matrices, stimulation and growth environments.
This is bullshit.
This implies us investigating it. Am I correct?
Are you totally fucked up? They will send the whole CLN after us.
Sooner or later, the research department will find out what we did at the laboratory. The true target for the Atlas was the corporation's hospital. The exterior AI had to have a reason to plan a direct assault. The technology developed there is the key for Bezos' survival.
Fuck it. What are we supposed to do when we get there?
This should be rather obvious, Mr. Fletcher. We will assimilate all the AI matrices.
Yeah, right. I'd rather just blow my brains out right now.
The nanomachines circulating in your blood are not only there to assimilate the AI, their main goal is to redevelop your brain structure.
Thanks.
When they are done, your potential will be limitless.
What the fuck are you rumbling about? You made me a tool for... What did you make me a tool for?
To save the city, it's the corporation who is the enemy.
You're not telling me everything. Jesus, I hate your kind so much.
Alas, our acquaintance had to start from something, Major.
Frisia. That's her name. Frisia is the girl from Valkyria Chronicles. It's amazing.
Rails get their power from a secure power station.
I like that taunting nano right there. And I killed myself by falling over the rails. Whee! Yeah, I know. I'm exploding from electricity. I love this artwork, though. If these people who designed this art could really get a good team, they could probably make an amazing futuristic game. I love that kind of like clunky mecha look. Like utilitarian, but also feels like it's like growing like a tumor or something. Something went quiet. Hey, rude. No. You get dead and you stay dead. I don't know if there's a way to knock that over. Or a way to get it. Yes, she is. Also, she's one of the few female characters that isn't, like, super obnoxious when she hits. She just, like, got it. Well, that wasn't very smart of you. You should have checked yourself. Because you just wrecked yourself. Also, I have to say, the one girl, quote-unquote, character that had the extra mission from the original Valkyria Chronicles was absolutely hilarious. Kind of reminded me of Pam from Archer. Man, that game is so good. Now I want to go play Valkyria Chronicles again, which I don't even know if I still have it. I might still have it on my old PS3, but I haven't plugged in my PS3 in years. Yeah, it's been like, fuck, 2 years. Something like that, because I got a PS4 at launch, which is pretty awesome. And that one lasted quite a while. Well, it still works, but I got a PS4 Pro. My old PS4 was... Oh shit. No, 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 no. No thank you. Alright. Because my old PS3 was just like... It was lagging. There was something up with it. It was, like most things that I own that are electronic, it was worn out. Is there like a path? You like walk on the side? Ooh, danger. Fuck, 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 I'm dead. Ah, ah, ah. But that's also because I spent many nights playing, like, Destiny and stuff like that. Just killing my old system. And something else I played that was like killing it. I mean, playing The Witcher was obviously killing the hell out of it. Because I could like feel at times The Witcher just being like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this. Yeah, stop right there. Sounds like there's one right there. Yeah, so I'm guessing you probably have to walk across the rails to get it. I don't care enough to actually do that. Ouch. Ouch. No, that's where they'll come from. I never even saw that. Oh god, don't hurt yourself doing basic things. No, resist temptation. I know it's a thing. But resist it. Resist.
Welcome to our upgrade terminal.
Oh, I have 2. Well, let's upgrade my stuff. I don't want that. Still can't get the railgun. Let's do that.
Good choice. The pod was successfully mounted.
I might have to get the smart gun before I get the last one, because I think you need all of them before you can get it. So... let's do... actually... yeah, let's do that.
Good choice. The pod was successfully mounted.
Now I should be able to get the health stuff. Because the combat radar is useless.
Constructor in this sector. Peculiar sight considering the current situation.
Yeah. Let's definitely not fight that thing. Just kidding, you know we're totally gonna fight that thing. Improved plasma rifle. Makes the world a better place. Nope. Nope, nope. How are you still alive? Oh shit. Well, that was fun. See ya. That dude went flying. I don't even know where that dude went. Here, another one. There you are. Whoa. Well, problem solved. The hell? So, lately I've been doing the stupid thing, and like right before I go to sleep, I've been watching like super scary stuff. And it's really unhealthy to do that, because I'll be like sitting in my bathroom like, this is where I die. And then I really shouldn't, because my cats are a bunch of creeps, and they'll like open the bathroom door while you're in the bathroom. And stuff like that. Or they'll like wait on the stairs and suddenly meow at me. Oh, I thought that opened. But it's weird too, because like I'll be like skeptical about something and be like, okay, like I know that that was fake. Like, let's be serious, that was fake. Yeah, that's way down there. But a part of my brain will be like, it wasn't fake. You just want it to be fake because you're scared. Truthfully, it is true when they say that the brain is like the absolute biggest horror show. It's the scariest place. Okay, what's gonna ambush me this time? Oh, no. Go forward. Oh, that was quick.
Welcome to our great terminal.
I didn't even realize the door shut behind me. Probably should have EMP flipped at them, but I didn't even think about it. Shadows, I thought there's still another one walking around up here. We need the radio. God, how amazing is this city scene? Also, ignore the fact that I put my screen size larger. That's the reason why everything's getting stretched and distorted on the sides. But I had to make it wider because things ambush you from the side like all the time in this. Without it, you really can't see them. No, please stop. Yeah, you're supposed to be energy flushing. That's right, I shot your friend into you. How does that make you feel? I think if you go down here, there's something for you. Also, with this, I'd be like, you know what, I'm retiring. Once I saw this area, I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm not going down there. Heights are not okay. You know what? I have to say, the most terrifying movie I've ever seen in my life is a movie that's Japanese called Cairo. It is the absolutely most terrifying movie, and if it doesn't terrify you, there's something wrong with you. No, rifle? Well, you know what? RPG. I haven't seen Devilman Cry. Now that you've recommended it, I'll have to see it. And when I was a kid, Creepshow 2 was like the most terrifying movie I've ever seen. But Cairo is by far the most scary movie I've ever seen. And it's that awful, creeping, existential, nothing's okay anymore kind of feeling. It's kind of like watching Eyes Wide Shut, but scarier. I mean, some of the effects are cheesy, but it just, I don't know, it's that, it leaves that feeling on you that you just can't escape. And I truthfully kind of love that. As terrible as it is. Kind of like Antichrist, or any movies like that. Which Antichrist terrified the shit out of me. I don't know why. That fox. A fox eating itself is the worst.
Has to be near. Find your way through the hangar.
I would have just killed those guys with the rocket launcher, but they rush you. So it's not worth dying over it. Although, the movies that never scare me, that are just boring, are any exorcism movies. Like, The Exorcist, not scary. Like, all those, like, The Exorcism of Emily Rose and all of those, all of them are not scary, and they're really kind of boring. And I don't know why they make them, like, annually. Because, honestly, to be truthful, they just scare people in the Midwest. Like, Midwest minds. Like, knowing family that lives in Ohio and stuff like that, they'd be like, oh, this thing that goes against the word of Jesus? Oh, that's scary. But they're also the people who watch, like, God's Not Dead and think it's like a real movie. Or think it's like a documentary instead of like a terrible movie made. That they just decided to pander to the religious right. But any of those, or like any of those like religious horror movies, I find totally and completely unscary. Like once you bring that in, I don't find it scary. I find it really boring and contrived. Who the fuck? Take that, ants. But I also have strong opinions. Even if a movie is, like, generally poorly directed, if it has a really good story, it can be really good. But then again, most people I know hate Prometheus, but I actually really liked Prometheus. The theatrical version was a little much, because they cut out all the interesting parts of the movie. But the Blu-ray special edition was quite good. It's just a light. Although, I have to say, one of the best horror movies made in quite a long while would definitely go to VHS. VHS was probably one of the few movies that I've seen in a while that was like legit scary and had like good horror elements. Like I love horror anthology, and VHS was like just the right amount. The later VHSs were not so good. My wife hated the VHS 2, I want to say, with the aliens. She didn't like that at all. She thought it was stupid. I mean, I thought it was good for what it was, but I mean, it definitely wasn't the best or the strongest. What power's left? I don't know. I'm going crazy talking about like 100 different movies. Like, I want to do movie reviews, but my problem is it's like, where do I even begin? Like, I can't start with the movies I love, because then people will be like, you love that movie? You're the worst. You're Hitler. It's like, well, maybe I just like that movie, damn. Like, don't need to be a dick. Oh yeah, docking clamps are removed. Oh yeah, Prometheus was just the story part building up to Prometheus. Or Alien Covenant. Alien Covenant was gorgeous. People hated it, but I find that movies that people don't understand, they just hate. And I don't get it. Like, Alien Covenant was a perfect, like, go-to right from Prometheus. Like, my wife rewatched Prometheus before we went to go see Alien Covenant. And I have to say, I enjoyed Alien Covenant a lot more after seeing it. Like, I mean, I remembered Prometheus, but the fact that my wife actually enjoyed it was a really good thing. Because it's not that she's like a hater of movies like that, but she's very critical. Whereas I'm like, ooh, Aliens movies. Although Aliens vs. Predator was garbage. The first one. Like, the Predators were garbage. Damn near ruined the movie. The later ones weren't so bad. Okay, do I have to press this one again now? No. Alright, can I board you now, train? Please don't blow up. Thank you. Oh, fucker. Oh, well, here we go. Okay. Let's follow the power cables. That little Blade Runner music tingling up the back in this game. So good. Maybe I should have gotten the compass. I always get lost at this portion of the game. You know what's a really good movie? If you really like, oh, there we go. Like strange, good horror movies. I'd have to say one of the best I've seen in a while was the movie Splinter. Now, to be warned, there's two different versions of Splinter. There's one that came out in like 2012, 2011, sometime around there, that takes place in a gas station, and it is good. It is a good horror movie, even though people, again, for some reason, don't like it. But I thought it was really well done. Especially for like a generally low budget movie. Oh, fuck off.
This is the room we are looking for. Disable the generators, Major.
And then there's another Splinter that's like about rats or something, and it's quite possibly one of the worst movies I've seen. Pick up your nano, fatty. Alright,
The tracks are powered off, at least for the time being. It's our only chance to get to the next station. Hurry up, Mr. Fletcher.
come on.
Welcome to our great terminal.
Yes. Alright. Get the aiming system.
The pod was successfully mounted.
Proximity mines are okay, but I'm not particularly a big fan. This is pretty good. It means the same thing as the other one. I should get that, but hell, I've got the upgraded rocket launcher, so why would I want to do that? Like, look at this. That's awesome. It is. You know, I've been going nuts, and my wife, like, freaks out about it, that people always want to say that there's, like, oh, like, there's not enough women in movies and stuff like that. It's like, dude, alien movies have pretty much consistently had, like, female or minority lead characters. Yeah, I could see that. But they've consistently had good female characters, and people nowadays are like, oh, there's just no good movies with them. It's like, have you ever watched the Aliens movies? Like, I don't know, it makes me sad. Like a generation of crybabies that have never watched a good movie in their life. I'm like, but it's not Fast and Furious. By the way, the Alien Isolation game I thought was the worst game I played in quite a long time. Resistance is what? See you, bitch. Have fun dying. Also, I have to say that Aliens is probably one of the best movies ever made. Like, I'm sorry, but in terms of not even horror movies or action movies or whatever, Aliens and its continuation and this kind of, like, fuck the corporation, these people are like self-centered assholes, and like people trying to do right but not really understanding what right is. I think it's just an absolutely excellent piece of filmmaking. Like, it's one of the few movies that can be artistic. Oh god, that hurt really bad. I almost died. Fucking food bomb. But I don't know. If you don't like the movie Aliens, you can not be my friend. That's the way it works. Because there's one thing I'll never disagree on, is the fact that Aliens is probably one of the best movies ever. However, Alien 3 is probably one of the most subpar movies ever put to film. So there's that. I mean, coming off of Aliens, just like Terminator 2, coming off of Aliens, there was no way Alien 3 was going to be a success. I mean, Alien 3 is good in its own right, but there's just no way it can top Aliens. Okay, stop hurting yourself. So where the fuck else do I go? Ah.
Welcome to our upgrade terminal.
Alright. So I guess we need to get the smart gun before it'll let me get the railgun? I mean, I could get the smart gun. I mean, why not?
Good
Smart gun's
choice.
pretty nice.
The pod was successfully mounted.
Oh yeah. Let's get that.
Good choice. The pod was successfully mounted.
And then I'll get that. And then that should be unlocked. But I don't know if I need that. Yeah, it just says it requires Hygeia. So I guess I'll be able to get that next time.
Thank you for using upgrade terminal.
Also, I'm floating. Look how badass the smart gun looks. Look at that. Smart gun is really awesome, but holy shit, does it shoot through ammo. No. It did not. If anything, it made it worse. Because the story was generally nonsensical. And there were a lot of, like... There were a lot of inaccuracies. In the story. Like, the biggest problem is that at the beginning of Aliens, it's made quite clear that Weyland-Yutani doesn't know what a xenomorph is. But in Alien Isolation, they make the appeal that they knew what it was all along and stuff like that. But the whole point of Aliens was that they didn't know what they were messing with. Like, they really didn't understand how serious the situation was. But Alien Isolation likes to skip over that and just say, like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, they secretly knew. And it doesn't add anything. And in fact, it makes Aliens less good. Because if you're saying that they knew before they even got there... But, I mean, basically that's all it had to say that was remotely interesting. That they found the information from Ripley's capsule, and her daughter was alive to see it, which doesn't make any sense, because supposedly they set it adrift again. But they pulled everything, I don't know, there's this whole thing. Okay, let me just stop for a second. So, this random space station finds Ripley's pod after Alien. And it's been like 20 years or something floating in space. So they find the pod, and they take all the stuff out of it, but don't wake people in the ship. And then they send a message out to Weyland-Yutani. Ripley's daughter hears about it and goes there, and then everything's already gone to hell because they went to the planet to go get the alien and bring it back to the space station. It spreads on the space station, and of course you have to self-destruct the space station, which is falling into a gas giant atmosphere anyway, so there's no point in doing it. But then somehow her escape pod gets re-jettisoned and all this stuff, and like, oh, and then they say like, oh no, wait, we heard a communication. No, wait, we found the pod. And they don't really resolve any of it. And then they say like, oh yeah, we just, let it go again, and then it floated out there for however long, and Weyland-Yutani knew about it. And they even send, like, a military force to try to get it. And it fails. So, all in all, it's a terrible story that's poorly told and doesn't belong in the Aliens universe. Like, it's, honestly, to me, I would rather play Colonial Marines and their stupid Way You bullshit, even though the Colonial Marines are owned by Weyland-Yutani because it's for Weyland-Yutani colonies, which apparently Colonial Marines didn't get the memo for that. But yeah, it's basically that bad. It's on that level. And Colonial Marines is just like, it was bad because it was handled by so many different companies, and Gearbox doesn't know how to write a good story that isn't just ridiculous. But... And Alien Isolation is bullshit, because the alien is A, invincible to everything, which is stupid. No, fuck off. Like, you can shoot the alien with a gun multiple times and it doesn't die, even though Vasquez shoots one in the mouth with a freaking, what, 9mm handgun, and its head blows up. But in Alien Isolation, you can't kill an alien. Even though, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Alien Isolation, because I'm going to spoil it, is that it's not one alien, it's multiple aliens.
Welcome to our great town.
So I don't see why you can't kill it, so you feel like you're safe for a little bit, and then you realize it's multiple aliens. It's just, it's stupid. They spend half of the story saying there's an alien, and then they're just like, oh yeah, by the way, there's multiple aliens now. And it's just like, well, no fucking shit. Think about how many people were on this space station. Like, this isn't a surprise. You're just being stupid. Like, anyone who knows anything about the Aliens universe knows that that's what would happen. It's just, it was so stupid. They just really, oh my god, I hate this part of the game. They just really wanted to, like, sniff their own butts when they made an Alien game. Don't get hit by a train. That's sound life advice. Don't get hit by a train. But yeah, I played all the way through Alien Isolation, and I was completely disappointed. I mean, it's more frustrating than scary. Nope. Come on. Rude. Oh god. Also, the thing that pisses me off about it is that there's all these characters in the game, and there's so few of them left, and everybody's looking to get off the station, but all they want to do is kill you. And I find that really stupid. If you had made a consistent game where either everyone was dead, or there were a few people alive, that'd be interesting. But it ends up, you just end up shooting a lot of people, and shooting a lot of androids, or like sneaking around them. And that's it. You'd think. The only good one was Alien Trilogy, which was really, really good.
We can now proceed, Mr. Fletcher. We should head to the
Just general game. I mean, it had almost no plot, and essentially it was like Doom with aliens. But it was really good. And the Aliens vs. Predator game was good, but they're all good because they didn't try to go after the movies. Like... Actually, now I might be able to get that. Yeah, let's just play with Katana for a moment. No! Ah, bastards. Like, the Aliens vs. Predator game for the Jaguar is truthfully better than the Alien Isolation. And that's only because its plot is as simple as U.S. Space Marines or Colonial Marines ship finds a stranded ship that turns out to be an alien nest inside a spaceship. And when they take the ship to study it, they isolate themselves and try to keep the aliens contained. And a predator ship comes by to basically kill both of them because it's like predator bait. How easy is that for a plot? Alien Trilogies is them going around the galaxy mopping up aliens that have infested colonies.
Not again. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I don't know. I rage about the Alien series because there's so many things that are so wrong. Like, the books and the comic books had it right,
We have to get to the
but
corporation military hospital, Major.
game-wise, they're all abject failures.
The highway nearby is the shortest way to get there.
Level up. That was it. Oh, it's only 2. Awesome. If you look really carefully in places, you can see the little robots hiding. Little bastards.
信用できるハイクオリティのホバーカーならサイバーダイナミックより
Thank you for using upgrade terminal.
ハイクオリティのホバーカー
Alright. Shotgun. No. Shotgun. Octopus.
Good choice. The pod was successfully mounted. Thank you for using upgrade terminal. Welcome to upgrade terminal. Thank you for using upgrade terminal.
This game really does have that great, like, Blade Runner, like, where it leaves you uncertain, like when we're with the doll maker and the little robots start coming to life. It's almost like Uncanny Valley. Ha ha ha. Creepy. Not like the game Uncanny Valley, but like the term Uncanny Valley. Die, bitch. Why are you not dying? Well, that's something. Our pig time. Ah. Gets done. Shit! I did not even realize I was at ammo. Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you for your death. God. You know, this game does have a lot of pretty visuals, and it's really a shame that people just were like, nothing new to see here. Move on. This game is garbage. Mizuyaki Project.
This hospital was one of the most important military facilities. You must be cautious, Mr. Fletcher. The power system is in the hibernation mode. We will have to reboot it.
Oh shit, I'm dead. You can hear all of them blowing up on me. Alright, now I know I need the mortar. Basically, once you shoot, it wakes up all the security bots, which are all the exploder bots. Or if you turn on the power, then they all rush you at once and it sucks. Okay, please. Game, please. Thank you.
The power system is in the hibernation mode. Reboot it.
You guys all done? Good. Those are both locked, so...
Welcome to Upgrade Terminal.
I don't know. Get out of here, wheelchair. Man, I can't wait for the day when people are like, hey, wheelchairs don't exist anymore. Or like kids are like, what the hell is a wheelchair? Like the same way that like people in my generation look at like iron lungs. Weird shit like that.
The power is back online. We must find the laboratories. I suggest searching the upper level.
Oh my god. See that spectacular miss? Come on. Why are you being so finicky? Shit, not dead. Alright, got the mortar. Although, I am kind of slightly disturbed because I watched this whole video about someone who created like an upright wheelchair with that can like go on stairs and stuff. Which, don't get me wrong, I think it's really cool, but it is also kind of creepy because they kind of look like a little mini tank. Something about it. So, sets off my like, this is weird detector. Kind of like that dude with the prosthetic eye. That was like the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Not like a glass eye, but like he had this whole like computerized thing put into his skull, and he looked like something out of Deus Ex, and it kind of set off like the nope, nope, nope alert. Alright, I don't think you can make this jump. Even if you can, I don't think there's anything back there. Or is there? Nope, there's nothing back there. Although I know wheelchairs bug some people out. In general, that's the reason why they're always used as like a horror trope. Which, that's fine. I mean, people want to be like that, but... Something about a standing wheelchair is a little weird, though. Just a little weird.
Welcome to our upgrade terminal.
Nope, still 0. Hi, guys. Oh, sorry, dude.
All the data we acquired from the Atlas was correct. The corporation has been manufacturing AI matrices. We need to obtain them all, Mr. Fletcher.
Alright. So we need to steal the AI that the happy government has been making. Well, yeah, that's for sure. That just actually reminds me of, what was it, Scary Movie 2? With that, I'm gonna use my strong hand. And it's Chris Elliott with the tiny hand.
Well done. We got the first one. There should be another
How everybody gets, like, creeped out by it.
nearby. Perfect. The system is overloading.
What the hell just hit me?
Major.
Rude. Goddamn jerk. Alright, where's the last one? I mean, truthfully, I would prefer government control. Because the thing is that inherently, even in the most restrictive regimes, it's very simple to, a lot of times, to follow and get ahead. even if you seem insignificant. It's one of those, like in places like North Korea, essentially, and in parts of Russia, it's essentially lawless because the government controls almost everything, but it comes at the caveat that a lot of things aren't enforced or you kind of have to make your own way. So it becomes a difficult thing. But I believe if you had serious governmental control, like Big Brother watching, it would eventually just relax everything. By the way, I also like, if you notice, OCL trying to be RoboCop, and the World something that's trying to be Tri-Optimum, and then Vang, that's a joke on Yang, and I don't know what that one is because I can't read it, and Roboticon is obviously trying to be Blade Runner, but pretty much all the signs here are like memes or references to other movies or TV shows. But I believe that when the government has supreme executive power, the problem is that it tends to actually be more liberating. Like, take for example countries like Korea or Japan, where there's a lot of supreme government control, that people actually have a higher amount of freedom as long as they live within the parameters. It's the same thing, like the United States is very similar in that fashion as well. That, you know, there is a large amount of government control, which is what some people want to get rid of. But I feel like there's more freedom in that. Because when you're lawless, you don't have productivity in your society, there's no advancement. But I feel like actual government control, as opposed to like totalitarian control, which totalitarian control loses its grip eventually, I feel that there's just more chance for productivity and overall inclusion to occur, if you get what I mean. That when the government becomes too powerful, it has to relinquish freedoms to its citizens, as opposed to a lawless land where there's no freedoms. And eventually it will just form like a strongman group, like gangs or tribes or things like that. So no place is really truly anarchistic at its heart. I can think people try to live that way, but I don't think it's a possibility. I think true anarchy is actually impossible.
There should be some aircraft on the rooftop, Major.
But that's also because I'm an optimistic nihilist, so I don't think that anything anyone does will really make a huge impact or difference in the long run. Okay, so what do you need? Okay, so I need the hammer. Well, might as well show you this weapon, even though it sucks. I thought this weapon would be cool, but it turns out it sucks. But it's the same thing, like, you consider kings and queens, how terrible they were to peasants.
Experimenting with AI, they are playing with fire.
They hoped to avoid difficulties. The exterior AI was under human control for a long time. It was a glimpse of hope for the greatest technological breakthrough in the history of mankind. The corporation AI was intended to just be a weapon.
Yeah, this is what I thought. You know more than you were letting on.
When the war started, we were thinking that we had the upper hand, yet we were being beaten with an ease that no one had suspected, because the AI had extraordinary analytic capabilities. No human organization could ever match it.
You son of a bitch! You built the interior AI.
You are correct again. It was to be the work of my life, to use the sanctuary to bring us victory over the machines. I don't know how it became autonomous.
Another one of your mistakes. The machines that you unleashed destroyed the whole sector. Now the corporation is controlled by the AI, and we gained shit.
Incorrect, Mr. Fletcher. We gained our most powerful weapon. Your mind. We have become the enemy because you are capable of assimilating all AIs.
Knowing your suicidal inclination, you will probably suggest leaving Bazor. Fuck!
Well,
The levels have been heavily damaged. There should be no enemies up there.
anyway. Like in medieval times, you did, despite the fact that there was not a whole lot of innovation. Well, there was, but unfortunately it was very misguided. That as long as you worked and were obedient to your king, you essentially had freedom to do whatever you want. I mean, you could, live your life on a farm working for the rest of your life and no one would complain. You could, go become a scholar if you were smart enough. Like, there's a lot of things you could have done. And of course, money gets in the way, all that kind of stuff, yeah, obviously. But that was... Shit. Oh, whew. That was totalitarian control, and it was extreme government control. But it didn't enforce it on the public. It enforced it against people who were unproductive and those who were, disobedient to the rule of law, which was a big problem before, kings and queens came to settle, and dukes and counts, which sure did some terrible things, but they did a lot better than, oh god, more lawless places, like Tibet, where there was little to no progress for a long time. Okay, well, not Tibet, like Inner Mongolia, where it was basically horse lords. They didn't do quite as well. I mean, they had a lot of people, but they still hadn't even really mastered complex metals. I mean, they still used wooden fighting techniques. And most of the metal they got was either received or still used some Stone Age tools. So, it's one of those things that's very, very, very strange. And you want to talk about no centralized government, that's exactly what happened. I really wish I had the railgun right now. So I don't know. That's my argument. It has a lot of cons and things like that, but I'm one of those people that, as much as some people on the internet will now want to punch me for saying it, but if I lived in a place that ended up like Nazi Germany, even if that happens to America, I would probably just go with it. Because, truthfully, morals are nice, but at the end of the day, morals won't fill your stomach. And morals would be more likely to kill you than anything else. I'm not saying being amoral, but there are limits to certain things. It's like the same thing, like, I'm one of those people that think, like, people who are like, ugh, all the police are terrible people and killers. It's like, people are killers. Like, I don't know. Like, I'd rather have the police than live in some lawless hellhole where anyone can just break into your house. I mean, basically what I'm saying is I don't like California. But, I don't know. I'm saying a lot of weirdness and rambling. But you always have to be guarded about what you say. I've already had, like, severe death threats emailed to me a long time ago. But I don't really care. Like, I don't really understand why people really go apeshit over, like, catching former, like, World War II Nazis. Like, it was just the way of life. Like, I don't get it. I don't get why people are so butthurt about it. Like, yeah, a lot of people died. That sucks. Like, Russia killed thousands and thousands and thousands of people, but we don't hunt them down. There are people who sent people to an island to die. And people are like, nope. He was a clerk at Auschwitz. He needs to die. Like, fuck off. Like, why does everybody seek blood for these people who are probably like 17 years old at the time and just thought it would be a good idea? Like, imagine if you signed on to a job and then you found out that they gassed 1 million people in Somalia, and then suddenly people are coming to you saying that you were directly responsible. Like, I don't know. I think that's wrong. But then again, the Jews are threatening to kill and basically commit an African genocide in their country, but nobody's batting an eye. They're innocent. Ugh, it's disgusting. It's just as bad as South Africa. Ugh. Ugh. Let's not go crazy. I don't know.
Welcome to
I rage. Although it is strange that I don't want to see people die for being, like, kind of ad hoc members of probably, like, one of the worst left-wing socialist groups that have ever existed, the Nazis. But at the same time, I'm for the death penalty. I don't know. I see them as two polar opposites. I want the stuff up there. Yeah, I know. Game and your hints. People get so butthurt about that stuff too.
Mr. Fletcher, I will not disturb you for the time being.
It's like the same thing. Today I was watching a thing, and some lady on the news was like, oh, Pepe the Frog is a... No, fuck you, piss off, is an alt-right hate symbol. And I'm like, dude, he's a frog from 4chan, like, fuck off. It's all this, like, stupid misunderstanding stuff. It's just weird. Yeah. Basically, it's an electric flamethrower. I don't know. And, like, it's the same thing, too, like, people posing next to people, like, oh, you took a picture next to this person who has this symbol. Boy, you must be a hate group. Yeah, well, the guy who tries to turn KKK members into non-racist dickbags took pictures with KKK members. Does that mean that he's a bad person? No. Like, stop being a biased asshole. Like, can't we just all agree that some people are shitty? So long to get there. Nope, no thank you. Do not want. I mean, when you think about it too, it's like, that whole character assassination thing I think is really silly. Like, I always, whenever I play Killzone, I always think about how much I like the Hellgast, even though their society is absolute garbage. Like, I sympathize with them. No. Only because, like, you know, they had their land stolen from them. And then, they basically decide to ruin their entire planet. Their home planet, mind you. the rocket launcher had faster reload times. Who's shooting those rockets? You are. Also, by the way, in the game, The Hunt Showdown, I was watching this guy, Dracu, play it. And I have to say, the spider boss, which normally I think like, oh god, an undead spider thing, that's gonna be terrifying. But no, it was just like Resident Evil, where they just have big furry tarantulas. And they're like, isn't that spooky? No. You could make a horrible spider monster. You know, in some light, you're like, why? Why would they want to do that? Don't just make a tarantula and be like, and done. No, thank you. Nope, nope, nope. No laser. Keep your lasers to yourself. Ah, wrong button. I also always get a good laugh out of the news clip. My wife and I watch it every once in a while of the news when they're like, well, we're trying to figure out who this inhuman attacker for should be. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Are you really that stupid? Hey, can you stop being a penis? Give me your spindly legs. Oh, please stop. Do not like it. Red yet. Well, there's that. Now, Josh, have you learned an important lesson about not asking me a complex question?
Hurry up, find the AI matrix.
Digging through this crap will take us a week. Something smells in here. Damn.
Looks like you are able to assimilate it without the nanomachines.
Right. Obviously, you weren't chosen for your looks, bro.
I think you mean to say chummer.
I'm getting pretty damn good at it. You're mine, baby. Reactor active. Sensor system online. Sufficient mobility. Connected to the superior AI. Overriding control sequences. Battle mode active.
Major, are you all right, Mr. Fletcher?
never been better, Professor.
I want to play as giant mecha.
I thought we lost them. Persistent bastards. Fuck! You want it rough? You'll have it rough! Fuck!
By the way, I think this is the most you'll ever hear Steve Blum curse.
Wake up, Mr. Fletcher. Major, wake up, for God's sake. Mr. Fletcher, this situation requires you conscious. Wake up. A little more effort, please.
Rude. I hate when the voices
I'd
try to
rather
wake me
stay
up.
dead. Damn. Think, Fletcher. Fucking think! I need a long vacation. As if it wasn't enough already. What a fucked up day.
I don't know how these action heroes do it. I couldn't go like 6 hours without taking a dump.
Great. Fucking wonderful. Deep in shit once again.
I think I can shoot. Ah, you! Oh my god. Wow, kill me, why don't you? Jesus. Corner rape. Well, that's a good way to start off the chapter. Real professional. I know. Your health was low. I got it. So, yeah, when you're at real low health, you'll shake, and then charging this also shakes. So it's like... good luck hitting anything. First... I thought there was a hidden thing around here. And there's my level up. Ugh, wrong way, stupid.
Welcome to our great town.
And... medical. Medkits regain. Damage resistance? No. Hey, rude. Cards Hygeia. Meditate. Bolt. Oh, I don't have the first one. Really?
Good choice. The pod was successfully landed.
Now I think my max health is 120? 140, I don't remember. exploit that. That's why. Watch out. We're fighting. Nope, nope, nope. Get sucked up. Vacuum says no. Yeah, there you go. It's suddenly very dark over here. The only good part about the electric weapons is they stun enemies. They're not particularly powerful. Okay. I guess this is one of the things I didn't pick up in one of my previous ones.
This facility was built by humans, and I knew nothing of its existence.
No, I don't want a PDA archive. I've collected most of the PDA journals already in previous playthroughs, because I played through it twice, so there's that. All of you stay over there. Especially your murder blade. I do not particularly want them. Rat, rat. Thought I just committed suicide.
You have questions, but there's not much time left. Move quickly before
Astonishing. So, there are people living outside the city.
At least their advice is useful. You heard them. Let's move.
Signal lost. We are too deep for
What the? Well then. That's the thing that just happened. I basically dashed and then hit the ceiling and threw myself down on the ground and killed myself. Pro tip, don't dash there. Katana hasn't gotten a lot of love lately.
Haven outpost. We know that you cannot respond and that you have questions, but there's not much time left. Move quickly before they find you.
Welcome to our upgrade terminal.
astonishing. So, there are people living outside the city.
At least their advice is useful. You heard them. Let's move.
Let's just not dash in here. Usually it's not a good idea to run in halls full of hooks.
Signal lost. We are too deep for scramble the signal. Maybe we can establish the primitive location.
Laser sight is so good. Come on. Oh, come on. Get it. Rocket went stupid. Dodge my rocket. Fast. Why not on? Helicopter guys. So don't electrocute yourself. Good advice. No. Actually. See? You go take a dump now. It's been long enough, guy. Oh shit, there's one behind me. Move on. I almost died. Ow, my face. No, pick up the health. Guess what you're gonna have to do now. helicopter guys. Apparently I killed him right after. I wish I could have that as a background on like my desktop or like on my PS4, because that is a pretty awesome backdrop. Also, blaster. No. Little ships first. Deal with the big guy. Oh god. Please stop. Please stop shooting at me. Stop being a dog. You don't have to do that. You can just press this. I don't need ammo that bad. God, helicopters. When you dash a lot, there are a little bit of frame rate jogginess. And the loading, but it's nothing too terrible. Is that all of them? Yeah, it should be all the terminals. There's the two down there and the one up here. This dome really reminds me of Shadow Warrior. Like the later missions in Shadow Warrior when you go to the Arctic or whatever. Oh, there's still one lit. There we go. Problem solved. Why those are appearing.
This ruin is proof that humans managed to destroy a part of the factory installation after the machines attacked.
Alright. Magnifying scope is stupid because everything jumps right in your face. Let's get a grenade launcher.
Good choice. The bullet was successfully mounted.
So now we have all the CLN weapons. Grenade launcher's okay. I don't really like it. Ooh, that was bad. I really like that the rocket launcher corrects itself. Shit, 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 shit. Ow. So you don't shoot yourself like directly in the face. Because you notice it swerves around things. It's a smart rocket launcher. Although it sucks when enemies are like right next to you, but I guess it's better than making yourself cat food all the time. Where the hell did you guys come from?
Machines are collecting spare parts here. You will need to start the machine to get to the other side. The installation is heavily
Oh,
guarded.
yeah.
Be careful.
This part. Fine. Like 3.
Don't have the option of
Alright.
the machines do, giving them an upper hand in this war.
The don't get crushed in the machine, don't get run up in the air, and get chopped. I do like this whole area. There's also lots of hidden stuff if you're willing to avoid getting crushed. Oh shit, 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 shit. That was almost bad. Let's get out of here. I feel like I'm smushed.
This panel controls the grinder. You better hurry or we'll be immersed together with this junk.
There's no hurry.
Shut up. We have company.
You can get behind where the crushing machine is and get a lot of enemies crushed. I don't find it that worth it because most times you get knocked back. God, that's awful. It's 2 complete. See ya, bitch. Play it safe. Oh boy, this looks so much safer. Thank you. That certainly doesn't look like a gigantic grinding mouse. That's a little bit of frustrating the wrong one. Oh, right between his legs. Ow. Grenades. Rockets, please. Maybe switch the grenades, but it worked. Oh yeah, I feel so much safer now. Oh shit. Oh god. Fuck. Ugh.
That was too close for comfort.
You're telling me. Almost became cat food.
Welcome to Upgrade Terminal.
Upgrade time. We could get this, which is pretty nice. The damage is already pretty nice, but let's... Paralysis is stupid. Oh no. No. We are getting the railgun.
Good choice. The pod was successfully mounted. You can use the Upgrade Terminal.
The railgun is neat. Yeah. So I think these are the story ones.
This was recorded 8 years ago, Fletcher. Maybe the people who are trying to help us worked here before.
A lot can happen in 8 years. I don't trust those bastards yet.
That's a good policy to keep. Trust no one. Alright, let's do one more. The next one's a little shorter. I think 3:30 my time, which is 3:30 Eastern. Or I guess 4:30 Eastern? I don't really know. I hate the whole time change. Can we just, like, not do that anymore? Because that would be really great. Because my clock was different than my wife's clock, but I don't know whether mine changed at midnight or hers changed yesterday at midnight. Or if I have to manually set mine. I don't know. Either way, it's annoying.
Corporation vehicles inbound. Get the hell out of there. Haven out.
This is the police. Put down your weapons.
This whole area truthfully reminds me of, like, before the new Doom came out, what a newer Doom could look like. Look at this. Looks like freaking Mars out here. See ya. Rude. Don't miss. This is what scrubs do. So don't do that. Shit. Well, on that note, maybe I will just call it here, because I don't think I have the focus to continue. I'll continue again tomorrow night at 11. Because I think it's late enough. And I have to rebuild a computer tomorrow. So, I'll call it here. I thank you all for watching. And you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever it is for you right now. And I will see you later.